guys, welcome to my channel. Sorry, my hair is like this. I hate doing hair. If you don't know that about me, then you have known me very long because I don't like doing hair at all. Anyways, today's video is going to be a little different. We are not doing a makeup look, but we are talking about makeup brushes. This video has been requested by a lot of you. So actually someone in particular requested this video probably 6 or 8 months ago. And I, being the amazing YouTuber that I am, decided 6 to 8 months later I would jump right on top of it and do it. So let's do it. We're gonna be talking about what brushes are for what and how important they are. So without further ado, let's jump on into this. So some of my brushes that I'm gonna show you are clean. Other of them are sort of clean and others are just straight up dirty, and I've used them for bronzer or foundation, so there's no lying to you or trying to get over on you. This video is not sponsored by any makeup brush brand, so I have a wide range of makeup brushes that I'm going to show you. So let's talk about foundation brushes. I love using a beauty blender, a beauty sponge to apply foundation. It is probably my absolute favorite thing, but occasionally I am like, hey, I want to try out a brush. So if I use a brush for foundation, I'm going to show you which ones I use. I have this nifty little Tarte brush here. It looks like this on the top. This is amazing for foundation. I think I picked this up at Sephora, and I love it. This is also can be called a flat top brush. I have like a nice little spreadsheet right here on my table, so be proud of me. And I wrote down things. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm using my spreadsheet. So you can use this for applying liquid or cream foundation. You can use this to apply a full coverage powder. You can use this to blend a cheek color like a blush, for instance, if you want. Or you can use this to remove excess powder after baking. Other foundation brushes that I quite like are the Fenty. It's the 110 foundation brush. I love this for foundation. It works like a foundation brush I've never used before. Again, I'm not huge on foundation brushes, but I feel like this makes my skin look flawless every single time. I also quite love this rounded brush for foundation. Nothing makes me feel like more of a liar and a cheater and a backstabber than when I talk about how much I love this.
For you to tell that kind of lie, it's a little sadistic. That's sick, a little bit. And if you don't see it, you can't recover from it. And you need to recover from it.
Because at one point in time, I hated this brush. But for foundation, it gives me such a flawless finish. I love it. Also, occasionally I will use this brush right here for foundation. This is a Morphe brush. It is more of a fluffy brush. It's not the best brush for foundation, but it is nice for foundation. So this is actually a round buffing brush. You can use this to apply and blend foundation. You can use this to apply and blend concealer. I would say that this is probably too big to blend concealer, but you can use that. Again, you can use this to blend cheek color of any kind, or you can use to apply or remove excess powder. So when applying blush, I use one of the 3 of these, and we're gonna talk about each one. The first one is an angled brush. I feel like when applying blush, because it is angled, I like to take the biggest angle and apply it right at the start of the apple of my cheek and then swipe up. I feel like this gives me the most accurate form of blush application that I can get on my face. But other uses for this could be blending out your blush, blending out a bronzer, apply and blending out a highlighter. You can also apply blush and bronzer with this brush if need be, or you can use this to apply powder to a concealer. This is a small, I love this brush. This is actually a Morphe M437 brush. And then I have this, I actually think I picked up from Amazon. I like to call these miniature powder brushes. Lots of people have these just kicking around. So you can use these to apply foundation. It's not my absolute favorite thing to do, but if you're into that kind of thing, I am not discriminating at all. You can use these to apply powder, blush, bronzer. You can use these to blend cheek color, which is, I use these for blush mostly, or if I apply my contour with a bigger brush and I want it to look a little more defined, I will go in and just use that in the bronzing area. You can use these also to applying products to the body. So since it's summer, if I wear a lower top, I like to apply a little bit of highlighter. These are great for that as well. Anything that you want to stay in a particular area, the smaller the brush, the better, just because it's gonna ensure you that it stays in the area that you're wanting it to stay in. So that's what I use these for. All right, the next brush that I'm gonna talk about is not one that I like to use at all, but I know a lot of brush kits especially come with these. So this is a fan brush. This is a Wet n Wild fan brush. A lot of people use these to apply highlighter or blush. I like to wear more highlighter than what this applies to my face. I also like to use a lot of cream blushes, so this is not good for that. I do kind of blend out my cream blushes with my beauty blender or beauty sponge. These can be used to apply, like I said, highlighter, blush. You can use these to dust away fallout if need be, or kind of removing excess powder. But I just feel like they're so small that they don't get enough product either away or applying. These are different versions of an angled contour brush. So these are three that I like a lot. These two are Wet n Wild. This one, I am not sure where it's from or what the brand is. So I like to use these for contouring. I like to use this one to, if I'm using cream or powder really, to apply the accurate contour line. It's great for down the nose. This is the Morphe E47 brush that I particularly like to use on the nose because it is a smaller version, but I like to apply my contour with either one of these brushes and then kind of blend it out with this one. You can also use this for foundation because it does have the little dip in there. I don't particularly use this for foundation. Also, this brush I have used to blend out contour. I've also used this to apply highlighter. All right, so I have used this for multiple things if you guys are interested. What I like to call powder or blush brushes. These come in such a wide range of shades, sizes. So this is a Real Techniques one. I love to use this. They actually call this a bronzer brush. I don't like to use as big of a brush for bronzer just because I like to stay in a general area. I feel like smaller brushes like this Wet n Wild one or this Real Techniques one kind of gets that product in the area where I want it the most. Real Technique actually calls this a contour brush, which it could be, but I like to use these smaller brushes for lots of different things. This is a Tarte one. It's kind of flatter. You could really use this for contour, but I do use this to kind of dust powder away. I will use this one to dust baking powder away. Kind of all the same things, dust away baking powder. If they're smaller, I will use them for contour, or this super small Real Technique ones that I have, Real Technique brush that I have, I will use for blush, I will use for contour, I will use for highlighter down the nose. Really, it's just what you want. I'm just telling you what these brushes are called and what they should be used for. I like to use, everyone has a ton of these for powder and then kind of blending. Next, we're going to talk about concealer brushes. So I don't typically, this is a concealer brush. I don't typically use a brush for my concealer. This Royal Lane Nickel actually calls this a foundation brush. I feel like this is very, very small for foundation. You would be blending this out forever. A lot of people use these for concealer, but I apply my concealer with the Dofa applicator that comes with my concealer, and then I blend it out with a beauty sponge or beauty blender. I have on occasion used this to apply. I just don't feel like it blends it out as well as what I get when I use my beauty sponge. I have used these also to apply eyeshadow primer or concealer on the eyelids just because it covers more of an area. I've also used these for cream contour. If I'm doing like a cream contour on my face, it's good for applying cream product. There are these cute little contour concealer brushes, whatever you'd like to use it for. I have used these with a cream contour before. I feel like you do have to go in a couple times. These are also great for eyeshadow primer on the eyes or kind of blending out concealer since it is a smaller brush. Also, I have used these before for a cream eyeshadow. If you use cream eyeshadows at all, that is a great thing these are for. Next are angled eyeshadow brushes. This is not the one that I wanted to grab for this video, but the one I wanted, I'm pretty sure is dirty. I could not find it, so I fail, you guys. I love angled brushes. This is another angled brush. I love these for doing cut creases. The one I absolutely love is actually came with an Urban Decay palette. I also have a Morphe one that I love, but these are great for doing a cut crease. If you start in the corner of your eye and kind of drag it down, that is what I absolutely love these for. These are also great in kind of curving out a line going up if you want to clean your shadow up, or kind of keeping products in a certain area if you use that angle. You can also use an angled brush, a smaller angled brush, to do winged liner or any top liner that you may want to do. So smaller fluffy brushes, smaller eyeshadow brushes. Some places call these eye crease brushes. I just call them small blending brushes. So I like to use these when adding detail to an eye look or adding shadow underneath of the eye. So the smaller the brush, again, just like with contour brushes, face brushes, the smaller the brush, the accurate the placement. So I actually used this brush right here in my crease to add this darker maroon shade here, and then I used a brush similar to this to add the blue underneath of my eye. So the smaller the brush, the more accurate of the placement of the product. Eyeshadow blending brushes. I have a large array of these, lots of different brands, Real Techniques, Wet n Wild. There is a Morphe one. I think this one is from Amazon. So blending brushes are super important. Blending eyeshadow brushes and getting a flawless eye look. Having lots of different ones, because I like to pick up different colors with different brushes, is important. I feel like that is where a lot of people kind of go wrong, or they stray away from being able to get that perfectly blended eyeshadow look. Having a different variety of brushes. You want to be able to have, I mean, I would say at least 4 or 5, just to be able to switch colors and add different colors to the eye look. There are very affordable brushes. The Wet n Wild ones are affordable. The Real Technique ones are affordable. To be able to get that eye look and get that blend right, you want to have a few. Along with brushes, I know I just briefly touched on a couple of different ones. Along with brushes, the care of brushes is so important. Keeping them clean, keeping them protected, whether it's keeping them in a case or a container so that other germs are not getting on them or around them, especially having them around your eye. You want to clean your brushes. Since I'm sure a lot of you are not working makeup artists, cleaning them once a week is okay. I do recommend, if you're not cleaning them after every use, to kind of take a towel and just wipe away the color before you start applying new eyeshadow looks. That's going to keep your colors from mixing or blending or not giving you the accurate color that you want on your eye. There are a lot of good brush cleaners available. There is one by Eco Tools. I will look for and tag it below that I absolutely love. I will do a video on cleaning brushes if you guys are interested in that. Let me know in the comments below. I know this video is not as fun as some videos are, but I hope that it was informative to you and that you learned something cool today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you loved this video, then please make sure you are subscribed. Also, let me know what you guys would like to see next in the comments below, and I would love to get back to you. Please be nice to someone else. Love yourself, stay beautiful, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye! I've also used this to... Asshole. I'm almost done.
I interrupted.
I don't even think you were in the camera frame. Come here.
I interrupted. I just got out the shower.
Love you.
Love you.
You smell better.
I look better too.
Can you shut my studio door?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be done soon.
All right.